What's up, Jabal here, and today we have a new video. And for this one, we are talking about a Texas teen who killed his mom and fled the United States. Friday, December 16th, 2022. It was around 4 p.m. when El Paso police responded to a reported shooting at the 300 block of South Hill Street in the Segundo Barrio neighborhood. This neighborhood is one of the oldest in El Paso and also a historic Hispanic neighborhood. A few minutes away from the shooting is the border separating the United States and Mexico. Arriving on scene, police officers discovered a woman who had been shot. The injured woman was identified as 34-year-old Isabel Ortiz. Paramedics on scene drove the injured woman to the University Medical Center only a few minutes away. However, while on the way to the hospital, the 34-year-old woman died from her injuries. Back at the crime scene, police gathered as much information as possible about what led up to the shooting. At the scene, a male spoke with police and told them his 17-year-old brother was the shooter and shot his mother with a shotgun after an argument at the time of the incident. Multiple juveniles and children were inside the residence when the shooting took place. That 17-year-old boy was identified as Juan Ortiz. Police would later recover surveillance video and at the time saw a male running from the residence. The crime scene remained active hours after the incident, and at the time, people were told not to worry despite a killer being on the loose.
Is there any reason why a pastor should be worried that there's a suspected killer out on the streets?
No, we don't believe this is an incident. This is an isolated incident. We don't believe that there's a danger to the public.
Police interviewed many people at the home and also nearby, with some people left in shock after witnessing the horrific scene. It will be 2 days later, the killer ended up arrested and put in jail for the murder of his own mother. On December 18, 2022, El Paso police officers were dispatched to 1000 South El Paso by a Border Patrol agent in reference to a mail they had. When they arrived, they saw Juan Ortiz. He looked at officers and smiled. The Border Patrol agent goes on by saying Juan Ortiz was coming back to the United States from Ciudad Juarez and attempting to cross at the Paso del Norte port of entry around 3 p.m. The 17-year-old was given to El Paso police and was taken into custody and charged with murder on a $750,000 bond. Man, this story is very sad. A 34-year-old woman lost her life. We are talking about a mother who brought this kid into this world, and that same kid took her out. Now, when you hear and look at stuff like this, what do you say? You say, man, this is one of the most disgusting, very disturbing things. How can anybody do this? What is wrong with some of these kids today? These kids have no remorse for human life. I mean, you killed your own mother during an argument. Something happened, some stuff was probably said, but there is no reason for you to feel that you need to take her life over something that could have been resolved in a very respectful manner, in a calm way. But this kid decided to go ahead and shoot his mom with a shotgun, and I'm not exactly sure where he shot her at, but it's very sad that she lost her life. And also, it's very sad for the people who were there and also the children who probably seen this lady on the ground bleeding out, and they are probably traumatized for the rest of their lives seeing such horrific imagery. And it's just very sad. I mean, there's no other words to say that this kid is just evil. He is a sick individual who is going to rot in hell for a very long time. And he was captured 2 days later. And he was trying to cross back to the United States. It appears that he went over there to Mexico. He crossed the bridge or whatever. And he decided to come back after everything seemed that he thought it was going to be okay. And that is when they ended up catching him and he was turned into police. So I am so happy that he was captured, and this guy is going to be facing the consequences for doing something so horrific. And that is it for this video. Leave a comment, let me know what y'all think. Rest in peace to this 34-year-old mother who lost her life